Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and today I'm going to teach you a new embroidery stitch. I'm not sure exactly what this is called. It's a lot like a lazy daisy stitch or a detached chain stitch, except instead of being a closed petal, it's open, so it's kind of a U shape. I use it a lot for scales and feathers and things like that, and that's what I'm going to show you. Okay, we're going to start just like you would start with a lazy daisy. You come up from the back. I've just got a knot at the end of this thread. With a lazy daisy, you would come around and go back in very, very close to where you came out. For this stitch, you want to come out however wide you want your U to be. You want to leave a long loop there, and then you're going to pick it up at the top of your U. And then pull in so that you are catching that loop there. And pull it tight. Not so tight that it puckers, but you want to pull it so that it's laying nice and flat on the surface of the fabric. And then you do one more tiny little stitch right over the end of that U to make a little stitch to hold that in place. See how it makes a nice scale or feathery kind of shape? So we're going to do that one more time. And you can do a couple next to each other. I'm going to come up right next to this one here. So I'm going to start on one side of my U. I'm going to go in where I want the other side of my U to be. And then I'm going to come up however tall I want it to be. Go through, catch that loop that I left there. Pull it so that it's sitting right flat on the surface. Then do that last little stitch in there to hold it in place. There's one other thing that I want to show you on this, and that's when you're transferring your pattern. I've got a pattern here that I would use where I would use that stitch. I'm going to make a little felt ornament, and I want to embroider the wing on here. I would not transfer that whole U shape because it's really difficult to get your thread to lie right on top of where you've drawn your line. So if I were transferring this, I would just mark dots. A dot where your U starts, a dot where your U stops, and a dot where you want the top of your U to be. So I would mark here, 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 and here. And I would mark dots here, here, and here. And that way when I transfer it, I've got my dots where I need to start and stop and do the top of the U, but it doesn't matter if my thread tends to sit a little bit, if it makes the U a little bit narrower or a little bit wider. I don't need to worry about my thread sitting right on that line. So I'll have a really nice image and I won't have those icky transfer lines showing underneath. And that's it. We'll call this a U stitch. So that's it. I don't know what it's called, but it's really nice for scales and feathers and anytime you need just a nice open U shape. It's not called an open chain stitch. If you look that up, that's going to be a different kind of stitch. It's a connected stitch that makes a line of open chains. So we'll call it a U stitch. I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World. I'll see you next time.